Actual facts, no guesswork. I got to announce today that I am pivoting into a new mindset. There comes a time in life that you have to realize that yesterday's mindset cannot carry you into tomorrow's opportunities. For a long time, I thought that the way that I was thinking was enough. I thought the habits of my past would sustain. But then it hit me. What got me here won't get me. Actual fact, no guesswork. I had to pivot. And when you pivot, you look in a whole different direction. A pivot is more than just a step. It's a decision. It's saying that I refuse to keep circling into the same old circle. I choose to leave behind excuses, distraction, and outdated thinking. See, the days are gone of where I put a note in a bottle and throw it, and all of a sudden I wanted to float across the water and reach somebody. It's instantaneously now. It's called Wi-Fi, email. I cannot connect to you right now using a typewriter. If we did a presentation up here, I cannot use the 8-track tape. So I have to get out of my outdated mindset. So I choose to refresh my mind, sharpen my focus, and adopt what I call a corporate mindset. Now, when I say corporate, I'm not just talking about business suit or boardroom, structure, discipline. I mean, strategy. I mean, understanding that every move that I make must align with a bigger purpose. The corporate mindset says, I'm not just working for today. I'm building for a better. I'm not satisfied with being busy. I want to be productive. I'm not chasing attention. I'm not creating impact. I am creating. I'm no longer locked into yesterday's failures or even yesterday's victory. Both of them can hold you back. I am refreshed for the new. So I declare that I am done with the old version of me. I'm operating with clarity, with intention, and with purpose. My pivot isn't just about changing direction. It's about changing identity. And if you're listening to me today, I challenge you, don't be afraid to pivot. Don't be afraid to refresh your mindset. Your future is waiting. But it requires the new version. Step into it with strategy. Step into it with vision. Step into it with a corporate mindset. Because the old you can't cash check that the new you is destined to write. We're going to carry on. And you got it right. I wish I knew that some people were a pit stop in my life. And sometimes when you try to communicate with folk, they let you know that the time is up. And I'm going to walk you through some instances of no response is a response. See, silence can speak volume. Sometimes it's agreement. Sometimes it's disapproval. And sometimes it's simply a boundary. The absence of words be more telling than any explanation. But it forces us to fill in the blanks with our own understanding. It's saying, even when you're saying nothing, you're saying something. And you know what's louder than words? Actual facts, no guesswork, silence. Too many of us keep chasing people who have already given us their answer. And they give it to us by ignoring us. That silence is closure. Instead of overthinking what they mean, take it as a protect your peace, save your energy, and move forward. No response is a response. Act accordingly. If you're done decoding mixed signals, then drop 100 in the comments and keep walking toward your purpose. Because in this day and age, everybody got that technology piece called the telephone. And some operate different. Some may open emails and text messages at a certain time of day. But don't get it twisted. Most of us ain't went a week without checking notifications on our phone, right? So they got it. They got what you sent to them. And they gave you their answer, who you are to them, with the silence of the response. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes it'd be like, oh, this needed to be answered in a timely fashion, and I wasn't able to answer it, so I just let that go right there. But when it depends on what device you got. when you look and see somebody's face, you see the check mark, you see red. They got it. They done gave us the answer. See, silence speaks first. Let me text him. Let me text her. They got their phone. People ain't going. See, let me tell you about your phone, man. See, our phone know us better than we know ourselves. And we know that. That's why we don't want to be caught without our phone, because we thinking of the things that we know that's on our phone, and then also thinking of things that may be discovered that we're not even thinking about. See, sometimes the loudest answer is the one that you don't hear. We waste minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, and even years waiting for people to explain themselves when their silence has already told us the truth. Actual facts. No guesswork. Stop waiting on explanations. Start writing your next chapter without them. Silence speaks. Learn the language. Comment, I hear you, if you're done waiting on people to catch up to your value. Ghosts give answers. When they ghost you, they gave you an answer. Just not the one that you want. Not the one that you were willing to accept. Not the one that you anticipate. Some people can't say, I'm done, so they disappear, leaving you stuck, replaying the past like a bad movie. Take their silence as closure that they couldn't give you in person. Then go create a future without their dream. See, when they ghost you, they automatically put inconsistency in your life. Once they ghost you, give them that stiff arm. And I call that thing the hater stiff arm. And let me go ahead on about my business. No reply is a goodbye if you're choosing peace over people who disappear. Drop 100, drop a peace sign, drop a hey in the comments. I said no response is a response. Let's keep this thing going. The energy check, right? You text them twice. They saw it. Still nothing. No response. Hey, that's your answer. See, chasing people who don't match your effort will keep you broke mentally and emotionally. If they pull back, protect your space and your purpose. Silence is clarity. Believe it. The first actual no guesswork. Type, I'm done chasing, if you're ready to move where the love is. And we're going to stay on this thing of no response is a response. The red receipt go. You send a heartfelt message. They open it and cricket. That blue check mark is the only reply that you will ever get. Hey, let's get this right. That blue check mark is the only one that you'll ever get. That's your closure. That's your answer. Stop waiting on words that are not coming. Protect your peace and match their silence with your distance. Because no response is a response. And drop 100 in the comments if you're done chasing the blue check mark from the people that don't value. We're going to keep this thing going. No response is a response. The job interview. You nailed the interview. Say we'll get back with you next week, but weeks turn into months. Nothing. That's your answer. When they say we'll call you next week and never do, that's your answer. The problem, you waiting by the phone, you checking your email, nothing. Weeks turn into months. And hope turns into anxiety. Let me give you a solution, man. Actual facts, no guesswork. Stop sitting in the waiting room of life. Knock on new doors. Apply somewhere that actually sees your value. See, silence is a no that they didn't have the courage to say. Comment on to the next if you're done waiting on closed doors. Still on this thing, man. No response is a response. The one-sided friendship. You keep inviting them out, but they never commit. They never text first. They never check in. That's not busy. That's not interesting. If you are the only one calling and texting and reaching out, that's not a friendship. It's a fan. You hear that thing go, actual facts, no guesswork. You playing the hangout. You send the text. You check on them, and they give you nothing back unless it benefits them. Solution. Stop chasing people who make you feel like a backup option. Give your time to those. Show up. Check this thing out, man. Actual facts, no guesswork. Your energy is not free. Spend it where it grows. Hey, man, drop a if you're done being the only one holding a friendship together. Actual facts, no guesswork. The relationship fade out. They stop calling, stop making plans, and ignore your questions about the future. Their silence is the breakup. Oh, they didn't leave. They just stopped showing up. See, the problem is calls get shorter, plans get canceled, and texts go unanswered. Now you're wondering if you did something. Stop rewriting the story. That chapter is over with. That chapter has ended. That chapter is obsolete. Start the next one without it. Silent is the breakup. I meant next chapter if you ever had to accept the silence. No response is a response. The family member who avoids tough talk, bring up something that hurt you, and they instantly change the subject or go quiet. They've already chosen. You bring up the pain, they change the subject. That's still an answer. No response is a response. The problem, you want to heal, but they dodge the conversation like it never happened. And the wound stays open. And then sometimes these people, and it's a waste of time if you even try to address the situation to them, because you already know that they know that you. Closure don't always come from others. Sometimes you give it to yourself. Silence is a choice, so choose your own peace. Type I choose peace if you had to heal without an apology from the perpetrator that wronged you. Apology from the people that planned your demise, right? Actual fact, no guesswork. I moved on from the people who didn't set me in the same position that I set them. Actual facts, no guesswork. No response is a response. You send your proposal. The business prospect stall. You send your proposal. Follow up twice. They never reply. Not even a no thank. Their silence is the decline. 2 follow-ups later, still nothing. They answered you already. You send the proposal, wait for feedback, and keep hoping they'll come through. But the deal is already dead. Redirect your energy to clients who respect your vision and your time. Silence is a closed deal, just not for you. Comment, respect my time if you tired of waiting on maybe money. Maybe some money. Actual facts, no guesswork. No response is a response. They like every post when you're doing well. This is the social. They like every post when you're doing well. But when you hit a low point or speak your truth, they go missing in action. Silent, no response is a response. They cheer for you in public, but disappear in your struggle. When you post wins, they are all in your comments. When you post your truth or pain, they vanish. Pay attention to those who clap when it's convenient and keep your circle small. True support don't go silent. Man, drop that fire if you learn the difference between real and performative support. Actual fact, no guesswork. Silence is the answer. Sometimes the loudest answer is the one that you don't see. Actual facts, no guesswork. You can be a person who's trying to do something, and you can have people that helped you get from one place to another. You can have people that you admire and hold them high, and you steady climbing. And see, here go the thing. You got to look at it like this, man. Actual facts, no guesswork. If you're a first grader and you're looking up to a fourth grader, there's nothing wrong with it. Here's the problem. When you are looking at the fourth grader and you're trying to see how you can be a big boy, you may go to mimicking the fourth grader because that fourth grader have some that you want, some type of experience, some type of notoriety. But when you get to second and third grade, you see that, hey man, there's a middle school. And now that you're in the fourth grade, you still there with the person that had 3 years on you that you were looking up to. Now, it's not that y'all even, but it is an even playing field. And you looking at high school. And you got to realize that the fourth grader that you was looking up to has maxed out in the fourth grade, and you looking at high school. Now you get to the 6th grade and you say, hey, I would never forget this person who gave me the to climb when I was in the first grade. Now you got to be real with yourself and say, hey, I'm still trying to keep in contact with the person that I was mimicking. I'm still trying to keep contact with the person that I looked up to, but the person that you looked up to then gave you silence. The person that you looked up to might not want to see you do it. Your vision is broader. The fourth grade person that you looked up to has already marked himself. I done given up on life. Give me my mail right here. Set my couch up right here. I don't want nothing past the fourth grade. I want to live in the cul-de-sac of life. I want to make sure that I go nowhere, but I will be on top of the bottom of anybody that comes around here paying $50. And you get to, and you looking around and you saying, I'm bumping elbows with the elites of life, but you still giving notoriety to the fourth grader. The fourth grader has already written you off. See, the fourth grader ain't supporting your dream. The fourth grader cannot see how he or she helped you. What happened was they was on top of you in your undeveloped. What happened was you applied yourself for different situation. You applied yourself with your swimsuit for the water, the umbrella for the rain, the shade for the sun, the cover for the cool, because that was. And when you look back, one-dimensional Larry or one-dimensional Sherry, you love them. You never cut on them. They praise. You still giving them they praise. You got to realize everybody don't want to see you do. You standing on your own. You get some people that done had a head start on you, and they maxed out. You still going full throttle. You see people that you had a head start on, and they come and pass you clean up. You see people go to the joint and come out and do better than you, and you've been out here free. You had the head start. They had the determination. They had the focus. They were the wildebeest. They knew that, man, you got to realize and see any and everybody that only have a pit stop in your life. Actual fact, no guesswork. Man, that nigga's near. No, no.